Hey friends, welcome back to APinkeClothlife. I am Tina. I'm all about budgeting, cash stuffing, and practical money saving strategies for people that are on a low income or just juggling a busy life. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my favorite budgeting tool, sinking funds, what they are, why they matter, and how to set them up. So I hope you're ready for this video, okay? This is gonna really help you. So if you've ever had a big expense to sneak up on you, car registration, holidays, buying gifts, or even an emergency vet visit, which I don't have any pets, but hey, there are people that have pets and they get sick, things happen, they have to take them to the vet, and I've heard that it is seriously expensive. Sinking funds can make sure that you have those funds available. So with all that said, guys, let's go ahead, let's jump in. So the first thing we need to figure out is, what is sinking funds? Do you know? So sinking funds are like little savings pots that you can contribute to regularly so that you will have money saved up for future expenses, both expected and, you know, the other one, unexpected. So imagine taking $600 for your car insurance and breaking it up to $50 a month. So by the time it's due, you'll already have the money and you won't be scrambling around trying to find that $600 that you need for your car insurance. Now let's talk about why sinking funds do help people on low income. So let's just keep it real. People on low income often can't absorb big surprise expenses. I know that if something big comes up and if I haven't saved for it, and if I'm on a low income, heck yeah, there's no way that I'm gonna have the money. Sinking funds help you plan ahead and help you stay out of debt, even if you only put like $5 or $10 away per paycheck. Those small amounts will and can grow into a safety net. Now, as long as you're not dipping back into it, it really can grow. So that just pretty much means less stress and more control over your finances. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Yes. Okay. And this here is my sinking funds book, and later on I'm going to show you guys how to set up a sinking funds book, and it's going to be my son's binder. So I really do need to set that up because I've been putting that off for quite a while, but back at it. So in my sinking funds binder, I do have one for car expenses. Now, car expenses, you can put that all together. I would say just to have like a generic envelope, and then when you really feel like you have your budget down and your sinking funds down, then I would say like to break off to like oil change, tires, car inspection. So I would say as of now, just keep it broad as you can if you're just starting out. And even if you have been doing it, because I am just going to pretty much like condense it, because sometimes when you have too many envelopes that you are trying to stuff at one time, y'all, it gets overwhelming. It does. And I am the one here to tell you and be honest with you. Now, another one that I would say for expenses, so this is going to be for people that are just kind of like starting out, or if you are and you saying like, I need to revamp my envelopes, I'm just giving you some examples of things that you might want to try first, and then soon as you see what works for you, you can take some out and you could put some back in. So another one that I would say that you could try for your cash envelopes would be holidays and events. And I actually have a holiday and event binder that I do it by the months, so that way I will save, just like say like January is New Year's Eve, and most people, they buy their New Year's Eve dinner or they go out for New Year's, and so that way you have that chunk of money that's in there. February for Valentine's Day, if you want to have a Valentine's dinner, if you have that special someone, then you can plan for like a nice good dinner, and then on and so on, and then Christmas, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, the things that you celebrate, and then also the things that they don't even have to be holidays, they can just be events, birthdays, things that you know that are coming up that you need to save money for. So another one that I would say is annual expenses. So in my binder, I do have like car property taxes, that one right there, ugh. I ain't even gonna say nothing about that one. But anyways, car property taxes, my Amazon bill. What else do I have in here? Let's check. Let's see. Yeah. So those are ones that come pretty much. There are like a chunk that comes out, and it's like $300 for car property taxes, and that comes twice a I'm about to say month, twice a year. So that is something that I want to really pretty much save for. And that one can also be like subscription. So if you want to save, like, just like it's my Amazon subscription, it's like $139 and some change. I just pretty much save $140. So that is the subscription that I know that comes every February. So I just put increments, small amounts of money in there. So $5, and what we say, $5 and $10 add up. So each time I just put a little bit. So by the time February comes of next year, I should have my $140 to put towards my card, because it comes off of my Chase card, and then I just pay that bill and then move on. The next thing I feel is super important if you're a homeowner. I think even if you're like renting, it's like a home box. I have a home savings box where I have like heating and air, roof, appliances, lawn care, things like that, that you know that can be a little bit pricey for being a home owner. And then also you can put, if you're renting, you can do renter's insurance, or you can do if you have to do cleaning for your carpets, to keep your carpets clean, because you know if you ever move out, you're going to have all that clean. So I would save money for cleaning if you ever have to move out. So you will have a chunk of money to put towards cleaning your, and not just scrambling at the end of the like at the end of when your lease is up. So that is another good, that I just thought about that. I didn't even think about that. That wasn't even planned. I just thought about that. Wow. Okay, good ideas. And this is the one we said before, was pet expenses. Oh my gosh, like I said, I have friends, they say pet expenses is can be pricey and depend on what is happening with your pet when they go to the vet and how many times they have to go. So having an envelope for your pet, and dog food, cat food, I mean freaking goldfish food. Fish food is expensive. Hamster is expensive. Oh my goodness. So, and then also, like if you go on vacation, if you need to put your dog in, what are they, like a kennel, to have them, because I think that's like what, $25 a day while y'all go on vacation. So that's money that you can have set aside. Or if you need to send them to boarding school, that is something that you can have an envelope for, just for your little furry baby. Okay. Another one is travel and vacation. I can't wait to go on vacation. My gosh, I can hear the ocean now. Oh, hear that? I hear it. So this here is my travel vacation, and this is just pretty much just to save for future expenses. As you can see, I just have condo, activities, gas, groceries, prep essentials, little buddy, shopping, dining out, road trip, foodies, and drinks. So with this one, just make a list of all the things, get your receipts that you did for last vacation or the last two vacation, and jot down where you spent your money. If you spent your money at the little surf shops that they have where they sell, like, what do you want to call it? Oh my gosh, what are they called? Souvenirs. If they sell souvenirs and you notice that you got a bunch, make you an envelope in your vacation binder, make a souvenir envelope. If you find out that y'all are eating out a lot, make an envelope for eat out. If y'all stop on the way down all the time, make an envelope for, like mine's is road trip foodies. So this is if we stop, and then also for snacks. So just, it's all about just putting down what you spend, coming up with a plan. And because like I said, don't skip anything, because if you do, you're not being true to yourself. You're not. Because you can say like, nah, I ain't gonna put that down. I know we stop on the way, but I ain't putting that down. But you're cheating yourself. You're cheating your own self. No one else is cheating you. So write it down, even though the truth hurts sometimes. Isn't that somebody said the truth hurts? I can't remember who said that. That was like a saying. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so just be honest with yourself. And that's one thing when I first started budgeting, I'm gonna be honest, I was not putting down every single thing that I spent my money on. And yeah, and it showed in my budget, because I was still having those little moments and those little times where I would just go buy this, buy that, and then not even, like, I'm not even gonna add that. But yeah, that money is gone. So yeah, so be true to yourself, okay? And the next thing is back to school supplies. And my thing, what I'm going to be doing today is showing you guys how to put the binder together, what I'm using, and I'm going to explain how I'm doing it. So pretty much like a back to school binder, or you can say like a kid's binder, where I have everything that focuses on my son. So that way, whenever he needs money for certain things like sports, back to school, school pictures, I have it all in that envelope, and it is separate from all of my money that I have for my other sinking funds. So if you did or were able to jot down some ideas, so these all of the expenses that you would see coming towards you on your calendar, or that you know that is going to come up at some point. So the thing is, why wait until they happen? So the important thing here is to break the cost into manageable chunks, right? Break it up, break it up, break it up. All right, so let's go ahead and do the fun stuff now. Let's go and set up my son's binder. So this is going to show you exactly how I am going to be setting up his binder. For the amounts that I'm going to be adding to the envelopes, I don't know if I'm going to have set amounts or I'm just going to add money into it, but I know for one of the envelopes I'm going to have a set amount, so we'll see. So let's go ahead, let's hop into my son's binder. First thing you want to do is to grab you a binder. You can grab any type of binder. It does not have to be the one that I have, but any binder that you can actually have rings in to put your envelopes in, so that you can start doing your cash envelopes. If you are just starting out and you don't have the cash to do your envelopes, use plain white envelopes and put your categories on there. That is just fine. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to grab a piece of paper and you want to list all of your sinking funds categories. These are the things that you want to save for, and these are the things that when they do come around, they do cause you issues because you don't have the money saved for them. So for my categories for my son, I am going to do savings, I am going to do school, I'm going to do clothes and shoes, I am going to do summer camp, I am going to do sports, I am going to do fun allowance, I don't need an S, and teacher's gifts. Okay, so these are going to be my sinking funds categories for my son's binder. These are what I feel like costs me money and is important. Savings, you should always try to save for your kids if you can. That way, when they get older, you can kind of give them a little leg up on out in the real world. School, which would be all of the things like back to school supplies, field trips, like school portraits, and all of those things that they have there. If they need to buy a school t-shirt, that is something good that you can pull out of the school. Now what I did is, and I stress to you, is to condense it as much as you can. I used to have a lot of like little teeny like micro categories, and all that did was pretty much, because I was trying to fill so much when I could have just put all this in there, and I was trying to do too much. I had to spread my money too thin, and this right here will be a lot more where it's not as like micro, what do you call it, micro cash stuff, and I don't know what you call it. Yeah, so clothes and shoes, I put this in there, and then I'm going to actually use a tracker for the shoes, because the shoes, it seems like we're always buying shoes all the time, so I kind of have a set amount that I want to spend on shoes. Summer camp, we have sports, fun allowances, which is money that he will get if he help around the house, and then he can go take that if he wants to go to like the bounce house, if he wants to do like go sit and get ice cream, just something that he comes up plans for us to have fun. And that will be his money that he will use, and I will let him like you know, pay his way so he can take his money and say like, hey, I paid for my way. Kids feel good about that when they do something for themselves. And next is teacher's gift. I wanted to make sure I include this because teachers have a lot that they have to deal with. And I feel like, I just feel like because they're teaching our kids, and it's hard work. It's not easy because you teach kids at school, and then you go home, and then you have your own kids that you have to deal with. And so you're teaching, it's like a non-stop process. So kudos to teachers. Thank you so much. And like I said, the last school year, Aiden's teacher was phenomenal. Yes. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to estimate the cost of what you want to put in each envelope. So I am going to skip down to clothes and shoes. And clothes and shoes, I am going to use actually a tracker. And the tracker here, this is what this is. So new shoes, I'm going to put Aiden's name. So this right here is good if you have a lot of kids. Not a lot of kids, but you know, more than one kid. And if you want to keep it separate. So Aiden's, the goal is $100 for his shoes. I can get him like 2 pair of Vans for probably like $80. We usually get Vans. Vans, they just work well. They seem like they last, but they get dirty, but yeah. So I'm going to use this as my tracker for shoes. So how you do this is you take the amount that you want to save and you divide it by how many shoes are on the sheet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we have 17 shoes. So we're going to do 100 divided by 17. And that is $5.88. I'm going to round it up to $6. So each time I stuff this envelope for shoes, I want to do $6, and then I shade in a shoe. You don't have to have a fancy tracker or anything like that. You can just take a piece of paper, and if you want to, you can just do, I'm saving $100, and I have this many circles that I got to deal with. So that's, you just work with, when you're first starting out, you work with what you can work with. All right, so that is for shoes. So that is pretty much, and then another good idea what you can do is you can take and how many paychecks you have. If you have a set goal, just say if I want to do December, and I want to get $100 by December, and I have 10 paychecks until December that I can stuff each time $6. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take $100 divided by that 10. It's just the same process. And then so that means you need to stuff each time you get paid for payday, you need to stuff $10 in that envelope. So by the time December, just say like December 15th is your goal, then you will have $100. Super easy. Like I said, just don't make it too hard or stressful, and then because that way you're going to be like, I ain't dealing with it, I don't want to feel with it. Okay, so just like I'll give another example. So just say like every paycheck, so you want to do like we did before, $600 for car insurance. And you got 12 months. And that would be, if you're doing that, if you want to do for per month, that would be $50 you would have to save. Now, if you get paid bi-weekly, then that would be $25 per bi-weekly. And then that will give you the $50 that you need for the month. And then that will make you have the $600 for the saving. See, it's just super easy math. Okay, next thing you need to do is you need envelopes. Okay, so like I said, you can use white envelopes or you can use whatever, is totally up to you. And we're going to go ahead, because I told you guys I need to go ahead and set this up, and I am actually going to put a cash breakdown in here so I can have it just in here when I need it. So let's go ahead. So we're going to do savings, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do these right here or if I want to do these where they go between. We will see. We will see. Because these will go in the front, and then I can just put those in the front there. I'm not sure. Which one should I do? Should I do these or these? I don't know, guys. All right, so what I'm going to decide this after I finish. So I'm going to decide later. Okay, so next I have an envelope for school. So this will be just like for the school supplies, field trips, and all those good things. And then next I have clothes and shoes, and I am actually going to put this one in there. So this will be just for the shoes. All right, and then I have summer camp, which he does every year. So summer camp will go in here. And then we have sports. And then we have fun and allowance. And then we have teacher. So, and that is pretty much it. The basic thing that you want to do is pretty much you want to transfer the money regularly and don't touch it until you need it. So you can have it, and don't just every time you put something in it go back in it. Just let it sit. If you really don't need it, then do not use it. Okay. All right, so that is what I got here. And I think what I'm gonna do is I might put these in here. I think that's what I might do. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this. And then I'm actually going to keep a pen in here so I can make sure, because I feel like if I keep a pen in here, I will always keep track of it. Oh no, I'm gonna put my Hello Kitty thing in here. This one is the big one. This one's huge. There we go. So I'm gonna put that there. All right, so that's that. So the key thing here, guys, I want you to hold on to is to remember to prioritize sinking funds that matter the most. So like car maintenance or kid expenses. So once those are funded, all right, I know you guys are gonna be like, what? Then add to the others like Christmas or travel. The reason why I say that is because I myself just feel like Christmas is more of about being around family and friends more than gifts for me and enjoying each other. And I just feel like I'm just happy that I am here. So let me celebrate that, because there are people that are not here to celebrate another Christmas. So I just feel like it's more about like family and like joyous times and memories and stuff like that. So usually like with Christmas, if I don't get a gift, I am not upset about it. I'm okay. I'm just glad that I woke up in the morning. You know what I mean? So that's what, yeah, I'm just glad about that. And yes, sinking funds are easy to scale up or down. So if you find that you have one in there that's not working, take it out. Or if you're putting too much in there, take it out or put less in there. That's all you have to do. Even small amounts add up faster than you actually really think, because if you think about it, when you spend a credit card and you just put $5 here, $10 there, $5 here, that adds up a lot, right? So just think of it as that. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. So by creating sinking funds, you give yourself a peace of mind and avoid reaching for your credit cards when surprises pop up. So if you found this video helpful, guys, give it a thumbs up and leave me an emoji in the comments. All right. And leave me a comment actually telling me one sinking funds that you plan to set up and subscribe for more budgeting and money saving tips, guys. And thank you so much for chilling with me. And until next time, guys, peace.